Hey.
Hello again.
I've seen you so much this week.
It's funny because sometimes I'm like, it's the same people. Hi, everyone. We'll let some more people, hi, jump on in and then we'll get started. Some of you were just in Zoom with me. Now you're back. '27. All right, we'll give people another minute or so to hop in. And then we'll get started. 34. All right, we'll go ahead and start. So thank you so much for hopping in today for, what are we doing with this one? Seesaw for home learning. I will say there have been some bumps in the road with getting Seesaw set up for the home learning with the home learning code. So by like a show of hands, have any of you guys tried the home learning codes and you've gotten some error messages? Nods, hands, okay. So there is a glitch in whatever Seesaw system is that for some people, not all, some parents, when they get the home learning code and they follow the steps, put in the code or scan the QR code, that it's saying the code's expired. It is a glitch on Seesaw's end. It's not anything that we're doing wrong. So I put in a help ticket with their main help ticket system last night. And then I will be emailing our Seesaw for Schools support person today to see if maybe she can fast track it. Because what I've heard is that one teacher emailed me 18 of her kids were able to use the code and connect, and then 2 of them couldn't because it said it expired. When you do generate the home learning codes, and I'll show you how you can do that, every time you click on print codes, it generates a new number or new code for each student. But the last 20 codes, Seesaw told me yesterday, are still valid. So and Seesaw went in and checked a couple teachers in the district, their accounts, and they haven't clicked 20 times on print learning codes. So there's some kind of a glitch that people are getting an error message. So let me share my screen so that you can kind of see what I'm talking about, and then we will keep going. So let's share. See, did it again. There we go. Okay. So this is Seesaw's remote learning, their slide deck, which is on, it is on the remote learning quick start guide, which is linked on a couple different things, but I can also share the link in the chat box towards the end. But the way that this works, I need this window to move. I'm gonna go into my fake PD class. I need this window to move. Okay, so here at the top, you'll see a button that says Get Home Learning Codes. Don't click here. I've had people click here and it says your admin needs to set stuff up, but we've already set it up, so I'm not sure why you're getting that message. But the way that people have gotten the message successful or gotten the code successfully is by clicking on the wrench in the corner. And then down here in the student section, there's an option for home learning student codes. And you want to click on the button that says print codes. Do not click on the button that says download codes. If you click on the download codes button, it will give you an Excel spreadsheet, and that's not going to be usable very easily for you to send out to kids. So if you click on print codes, the first page that you're gonna see is all of teacher directions. So the codes are good for 90 days, 90 days from whenever you hit print. So 90 days from today is June 16th. And it has your teacher directions, it tells you what the students are gonna need to do. And then it even gives you a sample script if you wanted to email this to parents. And then the next pages after this initial page would be one page for each student with the code. Now, because this fake class that I have doesn't have any students, I want to show you what that code actually looks like. Sorry, I should have had this queued up to the right slide. Okay, so this is what the code looks like. So it's Anna's home learning code, and then it tells the parents the steps that they need to follow to use this code. So it tells them that they can access it from the Seesaw class app on iOS or Android, or they can go to a computer. And then they're just gonna tap I'm a student, and then they can either type in this 12-letter code, or they can scan this QR code. And again, at the bottom, it's gonna say ask your teacher for a new code after, so this one says June 9th because that was 90 days from when this piece of paper was printed. So you would print off this code, this page for each student, and then the questions that have come up are, well, how are we gonna get it to the kids? What some teachers have done is they've just taken a screenshot of this, and then they've sent it out to parents however they communicate with parents, either through Seesaw messaging, some use Remind, some use Dojo. They've done it that way. One school, and the school did this is not something that the district is doing for them, the school is doing this. They printed these off and they put them in the packets that they are mailing home this week. So that is something that you would have to work out with your site if you were trying to print them and mail them home. At the district level, I haven't heard any talks of that being done at the district level. That would be a site decision. The problems that we're running into, and my email to Seesaw will ask them this, is if you're in if a student is in a household with more than one student, and they're sharing a device, they have to keep logging in and logging out. And I don't know if every time they log in and log out, it asks them for a new code. That's my question to Seesaw. Someone else in one of the trainings yesterday said that her student was able to log in and log out and log back in with the same code, and it wasn't a problem. But that is a question that I have, because I know for a lot of our families, their kids are going to be sharing a device. And so if they have multiple children that are using Seesaw, they're going to have to log in and log out. So that's something that I will ask in my email to Seesaw. To take a screenshot from your MacBook, it's Command, Shift, and 3. So Command, Shift, 3 will take a screenshot of your entire screen. Command, Shift, 4 will take a screenshot of, like, it'll let you kind of outline what you want to take the screenshot of. So you can take a screenshot of whatever part of your screen you like. And then that image is just saved onto your desktop, and then you can add it into Seesaw as an attachment. Or however you're going to message the families, Dojo, Seesaw, however you message them. So in theory, all you would need to do is print out this home learning code page or screenshot it and send it as an attachment. Parents and kids would then need to, if they're on an iPad or a phone, they would need to download the Seesaw class app and enter this code into that app. If they're on a computer, they would just type in the website that they see there and then enter that code. Again, the problem that I'm hearing from people is that students are doing this and it's telling them the code's expired. So as soon as I hear back from Seesaw, I can try to figure out what the problem is with that and tell you how to screenshot it. Screenshot on a PC. I will have to get back to you on that because I haven't worked off a PC in a long time. But it's doable. So I will get back to you on that one.
Randy, I have a question.
Yes.
So these home learning codes, these are new codes that the kids are using from their home. They're not the same passwords that they've used, or on Seesaw. on a regular basis.
So if your students log into Seesaw with their Google account, they do not need this home learning code. This is only for students who usually scan a QR code to log into Seesaw.
Okay.
So yeah, if your kids are logging in with their Google account, that all stays the same. And home learning code is only for the students. The parents, if you're going to message with parents on Seesaw, they're going to still use the family app like they've always used the entire year.
Regarding the families, I sent another invite to my parents and updated their emails. Not a lot of them are connecting, so I'm wondering if they got my message via Seesaw.
As long as the email is correct, then yes, they've got it. Now, whether or not they saw it or they've done anything with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
Yeah, so parents would need to download the class app for students to work on, and then the family app is what they've had, assuming the entire year. And then if, for example, if parents only have their phone and the kids are going to be working on their phone, then parents can have the family app and the Seesaw class app on their device, on their phone, and that's fine. Little Johnny just goes to the class app and mom and dad go to the family app. Yes, once students submit work, they can still go back. So why am I blanking on what it's called? But that feature, Amy, is still an option. The only thing that this home learning code does is it changes the view to where kids cannot see each other's work. So that, thank you, Elizabeth Draft. They can't see each other's work. And they also, like, I know a lot of our primary classes, when kids do something in Seesaw, they, take a picture, do their voice recording, and the last step before they hit submit is they find their name. This item, they won't have to find their name because this 12-letter code is linked specifically to Anna. So it's one less step that they have to do when they're submitting. And the reason for it is we don't want them from home to do something inappropriate and then say, yep, I'm Johnny, when it was really Anna who was doing that. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen real fast. Oh, and this slide deck is on that other document that I will share with you, the Remote Learning Quick Start Guide. This may have another scan the home code, but I'm only getting. So something else that we've seen is because Seesaw is pulling from Aries, some kids, depending on their status, are enrolled in an ELD class and your main homeroom class. So they might be doing things in ELD when you really want them to be doing things in homeroom. I had a teacher ask me if I can go in, because if you try to archive your homeroom, your ELD class, it won't let you because it's pulling from Aries. I can go in and archive the classes, and I will try to get to that. If I see that an ELD class has never been used, I'm not going to say it's going to get done this week, but I will start adding that into things. Yeah, sorry, Tatiana. I will add that into things to get done. But if I see that students have submitted like a lot of things to the ELD class, I'm going to leave it open and just assume that that teacher was using it with her ELD kids. But if there's 0 posts, I'll just archive the class because I know that was confusing. Nope, they can't do any assignment unless you've assigned them something. They could go in and they could make like a journal post. They could click the little green button and draw something. But the activities they can't do unless you assign them. And if little Johnny went in and clicked the little green circle and was drawing you a whole bunch of pictures, you can always just delete them. You don't have to publish them. So Dolores, I think that might be the issue where maybe they posted it to the ELD class. So I will check that out. We had a screenshot on a PC. Thank you, Janet. Were there any questions, any issues? Like I said, I put in a help ticket. I'm assuming Seesaw is getting a lot of help tickets, so I'm going to email the person that we pay the money to Seesaw, to see if she can get us some better or quicker help, since we're paying money to Seesaw. Any questions, concerns, any other issues that aren't about the code not working?
Hi, Tracy, can you hear me? Brandy?
Yes.
Okay, this is Terrell,
Yes.
and I spoke to you, I sent you an email last night. Can
Yes.
I be added on to the homerooms, or do I have to make my own Seesaw account?
So we can do both. We can add you to the homeroom teachers, and then if you also wanted your own class to pull them separately, you can do that as well.
So you can join classes together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know how to do that, Tracy?
Sort of. Yeah, I can help you. I can help you.
Okay, can I do it myself, or do I need help from?
No, I think someone, either Tracy or I as an admin, can go in and add you, or the teacher, you could ask the teachers to invite you.
Yeah, so if you want to join a particular class, ask that teacher.
Okay.
Maybe join the classes of the teachers of your students.
Right.
That'll probably be easier.
Okay.
And I know you helped us, Brandy. We had a dual immersion
Yes.
class where we shared students and we were
Yeah.
able to combine them. So that was great.
Yeah. Yeah, so we can definitely do that, Terrell.
So I should just ask the teachers first, and then
You can ask, I mean, they'll probably be able to get to it faster than I can.
Okay.
Faster than I can too. But I definitely ask the teachers, and I'm sure it shouldn't be a problem.
And then for my own account, can I be linked to the school? I have an account, but it's, I guess it's not linked to the school.
Yeah, because I didn't find you in there yesterday, but yeah, we can link it to.
That would be Brandy would have to do that, right?
I could do that.
Or admin, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a question about messaging parents. Elizabeth, are you still in here?
Yes.
Can you share your screen, if you don't mind, and show us the messaging? Just because I don't have any students and I don't have any messages. So this is Elizabeth's Seesaw class. So to message your parents, you're going to click on Inbox. And then the top one is student announcements. Seesaw is recommending that you send student announcements as well as family announcements, just because you're not in front of the kids. On a normal day-to-day, you wouldn't probably send a student announcement. You would just tell them, like, hey guys, there's a field trip tomorrow, or whatever it is. But because you're not seeing them, Seesaw is recommending you do student and family announcements. So here are Elizabeth's family announcements. So she's sending the messages home about the Wi-Fi. And then you can see under where it says family announcements, you see the list of all of her families. So she's already got them connected because she's been using Seesaw with her class for the entire school year. So all of those are her family members that are connected. And once you send a message to families, you can send the entire message, the one message to your entire class. And then if a parent responds back to you, it becomes one-on-one communication. So parents don't need to be worried that if they respond back, that every other parent's gonna see the message. They won't. It'll just be between you and that parent. And so if your parents aren't connected yet, then you would need to click the little plus families button down in the bottom right-hand corner. And then you would need to follow those steps to invite your family members, either by their phone number or by their email address. Thank you, Elizabeth. Does that answer the question about families that people had?
I have a question, Brandy,
Yes.
regarding the announcement section you just showed.
Mm-hmm.
Are we able to send PDF files or links on that, or is it just a message board?
Nope, you can send PDFs, you can send links, you can send pictures.
Okay, great, thank you.
Mm-hmm. So if you just invited your family, you have to wait for them to accept the invitation. So you may need to kind of send multiple reminders, like, hey, I sent this, maybe send it to them a couple times. But once you've sent it, it's kind of on them. They need to click accept and do what they need to do on the parent end.
So there's nothing else I could do beforehand?
No.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I just talked to our principal, Jason, and I'm having a hard time connecting with several of my students, and he told me to email him who it is, and he's going to try and call and reach out. So that might be an option for you as well if you have a student that's not responding to anything. The administrators might be able to call.
Yeah, thank you, Deidre. That's a great idea. Because at some point, like, there's only so much you can do. Calling every day, if they're not going to pick up, they're not going to pick up. So
they're the ones I have to respond after I send the invite, because I've never used this my first time.
Yeah, so you send them the invite, like that screen that Elizabeth just showed, either by their phone number or an email. And then if it's a phone number, they'll get a text and it will walk them through the steps. And then if you put an email, they will get an email and it will walk them through the steps, but they have to do it.
Because I went back to the page, and on that page it had stated how some already accepted or something. It was so after that, but they still have to do more work towards that, or
so once it, like, if you look at her screen that she's sharing now, every time it says the little check mark and connected, then they're good.
Okay.
So you can start messaging those people. But here, if it just says invite sent, they're not connected yet. So you can either send it again, you could try calling, you could try having an administrator try to reach out. But once you see that little connected, then you can start messaging them and they'll get all your updates.
What happens after?
Because it just says connected on like this.
Right, so they have access to everything that you are posting, and they can respond to anything that you're asking if you post it.
Then how do I post a message to that specific parent then?
So Elizabeth's going to go back.
So you can respond to specific parents, correct? Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Through Seesaw.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I would just go to the inbox, and then that's how there we go. Okay. And then I could just click on that specific parent and then just type a message out for them?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I get it.
Awesome.
Okay, great.
Thanks, guys.
Brandy, I got a message yesterday from a student, not through, well, it's kind of through Seesaw, but it also got bounced into my school email. And I was wondering, do the Seesaw messages from the parents like go directly to our school email, or was that a different feature?
So those of you that use messaging with Seesaw, do you get an email from, like, an email notification?
Yes, it's just an email notification.
Oh, okay.
You can click on Seesaw through there or go through Seesaw to read the messages.
Okay.
Thank you. So I was going to type this. So if parents are getting the code expired, for next steps, I would say maybe have the teacher try printing out new codes just one more time. I don't want them to keep generating new codes because at some point they're going to run out. And I'm hoping that by today we can hear back in terms of what we should do. So yeah, if any parents are getting that code expired, but this is an active code, just maybe print off one more and then see if that new code works. And if not, I'm messaging Seesaw as soon as I get off this call to see if we can get some help with that. Any other questions or any other issues? The glitch with the codes was brand new to me yesterday, so.
I do have a question regarding like the invites that we're getting for all of these trainings and Zooms, and
Yeah, those are fun.
XYZ. Some of my colleagues at ViaCord are not getting the invites or even the messages that there's going to be a Zoom meeting. So they were wondering why didn't they get the invite, because they're very interested.
Right.
And I told one of my friends a minute ago that I would ask you about does our district have our current emails?
So
Are there?
the way that these went out, so Janet and I created the Zooms, we added them to a calendar, and then technology and ed services went through and added like an email for grade span teacher groups. What I've come to find out, like one teacher was a kinder teacher last year, but she teaches 4th grade this year.
Okay.
But she was still being listed in that kinder grade span group.
Okay.
So I think that could be the issue. Go ahead.
Sorry. Would I be able to take that email that I received as an invite and share it with that person or forward it? Would that person be able to get into it?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah, you can forward the invite. There's a document that has the link to all the different Zooms. You could forward that document.
Okay.
And I think what I'm going to try to do is just email the coaches, and then coaches can email teachers, because I know they have correct email addresses for everybody, as opposed to these grade span groups.
Great. Thank you so much, Brandy.
No problem.
Brandy, like I said, this is the first time for me using this.
Mm-hmm.
So after I already got the codes. I'm gonna email the codes to the parents. I started assigning assignments. So as soon as they are able to sign in, they're gonna see the assignments posted there.
The student will. If you assign an activity, parents won't see that until the student completes it.
Because my kids are special ed, so the parent has to be there with the student, helping them through
Yeah.
the whole activity, because they won't be able to do it by themselves.
Right. Yeah, so from the Seesaw class app, if they're sitting next to their child, they can help them do the activity, get that all set up, and then they can send it to you, submit it, and then once you approve it, then the parents will see it again in the family app.
Okay, and with the family app, because I try to download it on my phone so I could see it, because that way I could describe more to them what it looks like. It says email address and other stuff. So how do I get that information from them?
So with the family app, when you click on that screen when Elizabeth was there, the plus families, it will print out a single page for each family with the directions and a code that each family member needs to access the family learning journal.
Okay.
And we can always hop on a Zoom, or I can try to make a screencast to show some of these things, me and you.
Okay. Okay, great. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Well, I just wanted to say that it's kind of same with Deborah. I'm in the same boat with my kiddos. So it was barely like I'm starting with them, because I barely gonna start to call the parents. And then if I need help, I just wanted to follow up with you so that we can coach, you can coach me one-on-one and follow through. I just want to see what is more accessible and what works best for the parents.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, since I was out for today. So I'm just kind of going through everything, but I don't want to jump in and say, okay, but I just wanted to get to parents today and then go from there. And then I just wanted to know that I will have your support.
Yes, yes. This week's a little crazy because we're doing all the Zoom trainings, but I'm hoping next week I'll be more available for like one-on-ones if people want to hop on Zoom.
That would be, that totally work, because like I said, I will have the rest of the week to get all the info, get everything, and then the ones that are good, and I'll kind of play with it and whatever works and I can do independently, and then the rest I will ask for assistance if needed.
Perfect. And I'm here for everyone. Whenever you need, just shoot an email and I will respond as quickly as I can.
Thank you, Brandy.
No problem. Any other questions or issues?
Brandy, this is Victoria Mecco. I have a question for you.
Okay.
Can we, when we send assignments, can we individualize those assignments?
Yes.
To each student?
Yep, when you send an activity in Seesaw, and then the Seesaw trainings tomorrow, I think they are, we'll go through the activities, but you can assign an activity to one kid, you can assign it to 5 kids, you can assign it to your entire class. So you can differentiate. And if you only assign it to those 5 kids, the other kids won't even see it. So they won't know that they're not doing some assignment.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Brandy, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, this is Nancy.
Yes.
I had some parents that told me that or some students tell me they couldn't get on.
Any other questions or issues?
Yes.
Brandy, it's Yesenia.
Yes. I am.
So if K2 kids aren't going to have iPads and they're going to be on the Chromebooks, is there something else that we need to prep our staff to send home? Like, how do the students know how to use Seesaw on the Chromebook?
Uh-oh. It's like I think that's a video playing in the background.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out.
Yep, that's a video. That's from yesterday's training.
Because I'm gonna assume many of my students don't have iPads.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, Nancy, if you unmute yourself, because I just muted everybody, then you can finish asking your question. Sorry about that. Or I can try to unmute you. Where's Nancy? Unmute.
Johnny, that's rough.
On the Chromebook, right?
On a Chromebook, yeah.
So Nancy, you're playing the video right now.
Yes, I am.
So Jenny and I will bring this up with
So can you pause the video for a second and then you can ask your question?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to pause it right now. Brandy, a couple of my students couldn't get on, but I heard some of the teachers say that they knew how many were on. How do I tell how many are on? I've already sent assignments out, but I don't know who's on and who's not.
So I would think, because I haven't sent any home learning codes because I don't have any classes, but I would think you would just tell by whoever has submitted the assignment so far. Okay. Those of you that have sent home the codes, I don't know if Seesaw is showing you how many are connected with the home learning codes.
I'm actually documenting who has been sending back the assignments so that I can tell from that, but I thought there was a place where I could go to see who was on and who wasn't. That was what my question was.
Okay, so anyone else, is there a way to see who's connected with the home learning codes? Okay, so I'm seeing no, it doesn't show you, just the assignments being submitted. So yeah, so Nancy, keep just like a checklist of Johnny turned it in, Susie turned it in, and then you know they're connected, and then maybe follow up with the ones who haven't turned it in yet.
Okay, and one other question, Brandy.
Uh-huh.
I was setting assignments up, and every time I go to drag in a template, it erases my assignment. So I haven't had success. I had to email the templates. Somehow when I set up an assignment, I can give all instructions and everything, and then as soon as I drag the template over into that place where it says drop, it shows the template, but I can't get back to it really isn't on Seesaw.
Okay, we'll have to work one-on-one. And then I'll have you like share your screen so I can see what's happening.
Okay, so I could just email you and we can set.
Yeah, we'll set a time. Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Yep, the video will be uploaded to the website hopefully tonight. By tonight, I'm going to hope to do it as soon as I get off and email Seesaw. Then I'm going to hope to upload the video to the website. So it will be there.
Brandy,
yes.
I was just playing with Seesaw to find out who was there and who wasn't, or who was reading it. And I tapped inbox, and then there's some notifications they're sending me. On Monday, March 16th, for an example, it says, check out which parents were active in your class this week. But that's just something they're sending me.
Okay.
So I could tap that, but I don't know how to do it, on my own terms and my own timeline.
Right.
So at least that's one option.
Okay, awesome. Thanks for sharing. Awesome. Okay, well, I want to respect your time. It's a little bit after 11 already. If you have any other questions, please feel free to email me. I will be setting up office hours next week with Zoom, so that's another option. And the videos will be up on the website tonight.
Thank you, Brandy.
Anytime.
Thank
Have a
you,
good day,
Brandy.
everyone. Bye.
Bye.